reference. But the really cool thing about this genre, and this is great praise to both of them as musicians and to their lyricism, they can write very, very clearly Christian lyrics and even quote directly scripture and even incorporate the chapter and verse of the scripture. So they can read you the verse and then say that's Deuteronomy 2:25, and they can package all of that within the lyrics of the song and still make it sound really good. That's what we need. And that's kind of what some of the other genres of Christianity's music that they lack. Like, it's clearly Christian themes. They'll be praising or appealing to God in the lyrics. They'll say Jesus Christ, this and that. But it's not quite the same. It's not the same as saying, here is the quote from the Bible about what's going wrong in the world right now. And if you don't believe me, this is the chapter and verse that it came from. That's what's so cool about this genre. And you can't fight back against it. That's why it works so well and it's become so popular. It's because, like, what is a liberal going to say? Oh, that's not actually in the Bible. I just gave you the chapter and verse. It's right there in the Bible. So what you're saying, this is why it's so critical how different this music is compared to a lot of other Christian music, is that it exposes people not for having a problem with that artist, not for having a problem with you. The problem they have is with the religion of Christianity, the concept of being accountable for sin. That's what angers them. It's not the lyrical content. It's not, oh my God, somebody's feelings are going to be hurt when they hear this. It calls forward their own moral framework and says, hey, I'm reminding you that according to our God, many of the things that you believe are sinful. They are self-destructive and they're destructive to society. And so that's why, like, there is a venomous response to the mainstream media and the left side of the political spectrums. When they look at this music, when they listen to it, they recoil. It's like, seriously, I'm trying to think of an analogy of like two magnets. I mean, they get close to it and it's like they think it's putrid, hate speech, inciting violence, racist, misogynist, all the stuff they call me. That's what they think this music is. And so keep that in mind. That's who, if you were to ask a CNN anchor, hey, who is Tyson James? They're going to tell you he is a far-right, radical Christian who spews hate speech, hates gay people, is racist, blah, 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 blah. That's what they're going to say. So now we're going to watch one of his music videos and try to figure out, like, why do the liberals and the mainstream media hate this guy? Many conservatives love him. I love him. But here's one of my favorites by him called Everybody Balenciaga.
This week, Balenciaga rolled out a new ad campaign on Instagram, and the selling point of the ads was sex with children. One photograph showed a very young girl lying face down on a couch with candles, empty wine glasses, and a dog collar on a coffee table in front of her. Another picture showed the same girl, a toddler, holding a teddy bear dressed in sexual bondage gear.
Yeah, it's like every single day I wake up, it gets worse. Seeing kids sexualized makes me want to curse. They hold leather-bound teddy bears and what's in the purse? Y'all some demons and it seems it's baby blood that you thirst. Everyone complicit. You on the road to hell, you got a one-way ticket. Make yourself at home cause it ain't just a visit. You burning with the rest, so get in line and get a digit while they heating up the skillet. There's a special place in hell for these reprobates. I'ma tell her how it is and I will never hesitate. Wish I could be a modern day Joshua and decimate. Kill them where they stand in their blood, watch them marinate. Look, I'm a country boy and I don't care about these brands. Give me jeans and a denim and some $50 Vans. On some shoes I refuse, I will never spend a band. That's my view from my pew, guess I'll never be the man. Oh well. Look, I'm a country boy and I don't rock Prada. All these designer brands and I ain't got nada. They selling little kids and got a lot of commas. But let's be honest, everybody Balenciaga. Ay, everybody Balenciaga. Hollywood ain't saying nothing, y'all Balenciaga. Say one thing about LGB, you'll be done, dada. But not.
Okay, I forgot to provide context for this individual song. I was just giving you a background on who Tyson James is. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. And maybe I should have explained this beforehand, but Balenciaga, for those who don't know, is a high fashion brand, like a Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace kind of brand. And they had this ad campaign, as you heard in the beginning. That was actually a snippet from Tucker Carlson's former primetime television show on Fox, Tucker Carlson Tonight, where he covered a very real news story where Balenciaga, the clothing brand, had an ad campaign for whatever season, is sometime in 2022, I believe, where you saw the pictures. They have a toddler holding a teddy bear dressed in bondage gear in one photo. In another photo, they have the toddler laying face down on a couch with empty wine glasses and whatnot strewn about the scene. You do the math. And there was another even more controversial picture where the individual, it didn't have a child in it, but I believe it had somebody like sitting at a desk, and there were some books on the desk, and you could see one of the books was a pro-pedophilia book. It's like, why is that there? And so Balenciaga got called out in the mainstream media. It even hit Fox News. And as always, when it comes to this child sex trafficking ring and pedophilia in the elite class being covered up, going all the way back to what, the Finders or even further, nothing happened. In the same way that nothing happened with the Epstein leaks, all of his list. In the same way that after Sound of Freedom, everybody's talking about human trafficking now, but 3 months from now, I promise, it's just another Balenciaga, just another Epstein Island, it's just another Finders. It's what was that preschool with the tunnels underneath it? You know what I'm talking about if you know about this subject. And if you know about Hollywood, you've done your research. You know what Hollywood's own child actors say about Hollywood. That it's we just don't need to go much further there. But let's get back into the song.
Not the kids, everybody Balenciaga. Yeah, look, everybody Balenciaga. They just mad they got caught, screw Balenciaga. They need innocent blood, just look at Lady Gaga. It's Illuminati, she move her body like Satan's daughter. It's front and center, can you see now? Everybody bringing offerings and worshiping the cow. They ready for the Antichrist, watch all the knees bow. Don't speak out about it or you ain't getting that dream house. They sell their soul for $1. Once you hand it over, you ain't coming to the Father. There's a line and you cross it when you messing with the toddler. You can meet my revolver, send you to a place that is hotter. This the battle that we fighting, you know I'm in it till I die. But they gon' call this hate speech, you know that I'm vilified. I'ma fight the pedophiles while I'm still alive. I will arise and I'm coming to kill the vibe. Y'all gon' pay. Look, I'm a country boy and I don't rock prouder. All these designer brands and I ain't got nada. They're selling little kids and got a lot of commas. But let's be honest, everybody Balenciaga. Hey, everybody Balenciaga. Hollywood ain't saying nothing, y'all Balenciaga. Say one thing about LGB, you'll be done, got it. But not the kids, everybody Balenciaga.
There are politicians running this world right now that one day they'll step down from the kings and the queens and the presidents and the parliamentarians and they'll go to hell one day. Hell is full of kings.
You heard it. Hell is full of kings. There's a lot of people who essentially run our society who see themselves as modern kings, that they are beyond reproach from the law. They are beyond the reproach from God because they don't believe in God. They're beyond reproach from the citizens because we have no way to do anything about it. This is truly embodied in the whole Epstein thing. I mean, you saw the people on his list: Bill Gates, Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey, Kevin Spacey. Hey, Trump is on the list. There's a lot of people on that list that we know were going back and forth from a pedophilic, child trafficking, sex trafficking island. A lot like the island from the movie Sound of Freedom, which was based on another real island where, yeah, same subject. You go there, you get the little kids, you get to go back home. And the disturbing thing is that if we knew the full scale of, if we could quantify, how many kids is this happening to per year? How much of this is America's fault? Well, actually, those statistics are in Sound of Freedom. And I don't remember them off the top of my head, but it's kind of a good thing that I don't, because when you hear them, it's extraordinarily depressing how prevalent child pornography material has become in America, and even more humiliating, and judging in terms of God's eyes what we have ahead of us. When God judges our nation, America has become the primary producer and consumer of child sex material. And so you'd think our government and our populace would say, this is out of control. However we got here, we need to figure out who's responsible for that, and we need to respond immediately to fixing the situation. Instead, we just ignore the news headlines, pretend like it doesn't exist, and honestly assassinate the people who bring enough exposure to it. Rest in peace, Chester. Right? Oh, goodness gracious. So, great song. Really appreciate Tyson being bold and keeping the subject alive. All right, what do we want to play next? There's